Coppinger's going to take it right foot to Coppin. Oh! Doncaster Rovers have done it!
Hello there everybody, Aaron Chan here for Forever Football DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It is transfer analysis time, the first one of the January transfer window. And we've made our first signing of the season. And it's an 18-month deal for Kieran Agard from Plymouth Argyle. Now, obviously, we're going to go through all the club statements, McSheffrey's thoughts, Agard's thoughts, the club's official statement. I'm also going to go through my thoughts and also talk about the negative reaction from some Rovers fans that are writing him off already, because I think it's wrong, and many other people have called it out as well. So please, like the video if you've loved it, comment down below your thoughts and opinions, subscribe if you're new around here, click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video, and let's get into this video. So, let's talk about the signing first of all from the club's official statement. So Doncaster Rovers have come out with an official statement that says as follows. They're delighted to confirm the deal for Kieran Agard on an 18-month deal. The 32-year-old arrives at the EcoPass Stadium, having spent the first part of the campaign at the promotion-chasing Plymouth Argyle. Having spent the majority of his career in Sky Bet Leagues 1 and 2, the former Rotherham United man has scored more than 100 career goals to date. He's also had impressive spells with Bristol City and MK Dons and becomes Gary McSheffrey's first signing of the season as Rovers boss. He could go straight into the squad for the game against Wigan Athletic, and you'll see by my preview on Friday why I think he will start in that game. So that's a little hint towards that that video. So, first of all, Gary McSheffrey's thoughts, according to the club. He wants Kieran Agard to find a home at Rovers as the striker becomes the first signing of this window. He brings experience to the side and has scored more than 60 goals in League One. Now, McSheffrey's statement officially says, Kieran adds goals. He's got good experience and has played at big clubs in this division, so this won't faze him. Kieran's know-how and energy will help us, and he's clinical when he gets opportunities. His goal-scoring record is really good in this division, so when he becomes available, we know how to pounce, and we had to pounce and delighted that we got it over the line. We want Doncaster to be his home, where he can get regular goals again. He's got himself fit and he's in a position where he wants to hit the ground running. Strikers know where the net is, but they need to have a place where they're confident, and I think this will be the place for him. Of course, that will be judged when it happens. Now, Kieran Agard feels he can add goals to this Rovers side after joining the club on an 18-month deal. His official statement is as follows. I always feel when I get the chance I can put it away, whether that's from the start or off the bench. I get in good areas, and if you do, that's the ball falls to you. When those chances come along, it's just about staying calm and finishing it off. The fans can expect hard work from me, and I like to get myself in the box and finish chances, so hopefully I can bring goals to the team. Having played at League One level for 5 different clubs, Agard's experience could be a big boost to a young Rovers dressing room. Adding, I know the team are doing a little bit tough at the moment, but the ambition is to get out of that and climb the table. I've heard good things from the manager, and his message was about the group pulling together. So Kieran Agard is signing number 1 of the window. First of all, let's talk about the negative reaction from some Rovers fans on social media. Absolutely embarrassing. There's no words to describe it. Why are you writing a player off before a ball's been kicked? I personally don't get that. Every single signing we've made, ever since I started on YouTube, every signing we've made, going back to the summer of last year when we signed Tyrese John-Jules, we were signing Rayan Tulloch, we were signing who was in goal for the first half of the season last season? I think it was not Lumley, it was the emergency loanee. But Bursick, that's the one, Bursick. Signing all these different players, permanent and loanees, Cameron John on a permanent deal at the time, Ed Williams from Kidderminster Harriers. I gave positives to each and every one of them. I always back those signings. You know, I don't write them off before a ball's been kicked. Why are people writing off Kieran Agard before a ball's been kicked? I really don't get it. I really don't. I know fans are accepting relegation already. I've pretty much come to the realisation that we're probably going to go down this season to League 2. It's not a league we should be in, but we've made bad decisions. That's where we deserve to be. What Gary's trying to do is grab the group by the balls, grab them together, try and push on a late charge to get out the relegation zone and save our season and save our status in this league. I commend him for that. Whatever happens this season, apart from any tactical decisions that we might not agree with, apart from that, Gary doesn't really take much blame for if we go down, because it's the previous decisions that have gone on. This window is make or break. What did we need in a striker? We needed someone that knows where the back of the net is, not just, recently, but also in the past. Kieran Agard might not have found the net a lot of times at Plymouth, but he's found the net a lot of times over the last few years at different clubs. So he's exactly what we need. And also, we're 24th in League One. I don't know if money players have that pulling power to go to someone that's in bottom of League One, unless it's someone really special that knows what the club's all about. So, for me, I think Kieran Agard is a smart signing for where we are. I think Kieran Agard will help us to hopefully, fingers crossed, get out of the relegation situation and go on a bit of a run and become like the dark horse to get out the relegation zone and replace someone else like a Morecambe or a Fleetwood or even an AFC Wimbledon if they go down a bad run of form, or a Cambridge if they go down a bad run of form. So it's so important for me to have a striker that's going to put the ball in the back of the net, someone that's going to be there at the right time, someone who's had the know-how and the experience to be there, and someone who's going to be a bit of a leader, someone who's a good professional. Someone who's a good professional is very important to me, because I need good professional footballers. I don't want whingers, I don't want moaners, I don't want man-children, I don't want crybabies that spit the dummy out after losing the ball after a bad touch that you caused, looking specifically at JH. Work out those initials if you can. For me, Kieran Agard ticks all those boxes, and Stephen Schumacher came out and said he's a great professional, love working with him, ticks the flaming boxes. So I don't get writing him off before a ball's been kicked. If he scores goals against Wigan on Saturday, we'll fall in love with him straight away. He'll be a wonderful guy for this football club, even if he can get goals in the first game of the season, of his season at Doncaster Rovers. Our game against Wigan on Saturday, if he can score against Wigan once or even more than once, or even just get in the right areas, that would be amazing for Kieran and his development. Look how quick Ellis Harrison got off the mark at Fleetwood, against us, funnily enough. Maybe it could be our turn. Against Wigan, it's going to be very, very tough, because it's a very winnable game for Wigan on the paper. But if Kieran gets in the right areas and the rest of the team work round with Kieran to deliver him the best balls, give him the best service possible, and that for me doesn't include players like Johnny Harula and Joe Jadu, that includes players like Charlie Seaman and Aidan Barlow. Give Agard the service, he will score the goals. And if Agard does the individual stuff right as well, getting in his own areas, taking the ball himself, shooting himself, giving himself some goals, then you've got positives there to work with. Obviously, the negatives are that it isn't this big old, young up-and-coming striker with bags of potential. Yes, it's not this massive fee that we've paid for this player. Substantial funds doesn't always mean transfer fees. It also means wages. It also means instalments. It also pays towards agent fees. There's loads of financial aspects that go into football now that people don't understand. In terms of an 18-month deal, in terms of the length of the contract, I agree with that, because I think 18 months is perfect, whether it's the rest of this season and then a full year in League 2 or a full year still in League 1 if we somehow stay up. I think 18 months is the right length of deal. And I'm probably expecting 18 months for most of the transfers that we're going to be bringing in permanently, if not all the permanent transfers. The loanees I expect to the end of the season, but the permanent transfers I expect to probably all be 18-month contracts, because it's all about judging them into next season as well. So what Kieran Agard for me will do is he'll try and settle in, try his best, work on the pitch, work hard. He's a professional, he'll try his best. And what happens, happens. If it doesn't work out, fine. Best of wishes. If it does work out, amazing. Could be an icon for us. Maybe not an icon, but you get what I mean. Like, imagine if he's one of the reasons why this club stays up in League One this season. Imagine if we stayed up in May, and one major factor was Kieran Agard's goals. What will all the haters be saying now? What will all the haters be saying now? Silencio. On my thoughts on the signing, experienced, knows where the net is, gets in the right areas, true professional, tons of knowledge to give to the younger people, and a leader. He ticks probably all 6 of those boxes for me. Yes, he might not be this young up-and-coming prospect that we can sell on for millions. For me, he's the best in our situation. He's an experienced striker that knows where the net is, that'll either help us stay up or will help us get promoted from League 2 next season. He ticks the boxes of short-term and longer-term past the first 6 months. That's why it's an 18-month deal as well. He's looking past the first 6 months. So for me, Kieran Agard is a good player and a good signing. So I don't get what the negativity is. In fact, no, I do get the negativity because people don't see this up-and-coming million striker. They see someone who's got a lot of experience, but he's 32 years old, and Plymouth have just let him go. People see that side of it. For me, I see he's an experienced. He can see where the net is. He can get the ball in the net sometimes. He's a leader. He's a true professional, which is what we need. We need leaders and professionals, not whingers and crybabies. So, you know, this isn't dance mums. This isn't toddlers and tiaras. This is Doncaster Rovers Football Club. We don't want crybabies. We don't want whingers. We don't want moaners. We want professionals that love the club and play for the club and play for the badge on the shirt each and every week. For me, Kieran Agard is one of those people that can do that. And with those kind of people in the group, that brings you with a better chance of staying up, or at least a better chance of getting promoted straight back into League 1 next season. Because if we sign players that are too good for League 2, we will dominate League 2 next season. Absolutely 100%. And we'll look back on League 2 as a blip, as a one-season blip, like we did a few years ago. Yes, we have to look at the board and say, well, why did we get to a second season in League 2 in the space of 5 years? We have to look at the board and question that. You know, why do we have these one-year blips in League 2 every 5 years? So, you know, we have to sort of look at it from a different perspective, in my opinion. But that's by the by. People are entitled to their own opinion. If they want to moan, they can moan. Nothing to do with me. That's their reaction. They're entitled to it. No matter how much I disagree, they're entitled to it. Kieran goes with my best wishes. You know, I welcomed him to the club with open arms, and I'm sure loads of other fans do. Nearly all the fan base. I wish there was the few people that didn't, but I wish there wasn't the few people that didn't. But there we go. You know, by the by. And you know, Kieran Agard, welcome to Doncaster Rovers Football Club. I'm wearing the home kit. Hopefully to see you in that. On Saturday against Wigan. But there we are, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. And for now, I'm Aaron Chandler from Forever Football DRFC. Keep living the Rovers life, and that, my friends, full time. Rovers side die. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all.